Hello everyone, Anand back again. Friends, all of us are facing the huge challenge everywhere across the world, especially in India. We are all from Indian soil. In India, in different states, the COVID 19 is creating a huge challenges for every family. Friends, we are 135 crore population, big country, huge country. And this is spreading just like that because of people don't follow certain protocols like mask, sanitizer, and social distancing. So as all of us know the story around, but how do we move forward from here is what I thought I'll share it with you. I've been associated with the healthcare industry very closely, and I've been associated with a lot of hospitals and ICU service providers. So I'm able to see the kind of workload uh, you know pouring onto the doctors and staff nurses, the operations people, management, people who are sitting in the helm of affairs are undergoing severe load, severe pressure day in, day out. Once in a blue moon, yes, you can work 20 hours a day, but imagine every single day somebody has to work for 20 hours, 18 hours, that too consistently all through the days, all through the weeks and months. They are also human beings. One, yes, they are handling patients, they are handling COVID patients directly with all the protocols, yet they are human beings. They also have their own, families, friends and families. People say that be safe and be cautious. All these advices also come to them. So, as a human being, they also have a lot of stress, more than the physical stress, the mental stress is something very, very huge, which I'm seeing every single day since I'm associated with the healthcare industry. Um, in this situation, as a responsible citizen, responsible human being, some certain things we need to really understand how we can really go about. For example, government, Ayush Ministry, or health secretary of each state, the higher officials, government officials, are releasing press releases, are giving guidelines every single day, which are authenticated. One has to follow what government says, central government and state government. As all of us know, as I read in some literature, where only 6% of the people out of 100 people, let us say, only 6%, 6 people out of 100 are actually require hospitalization, out of which only few percentage requires ICU treatment due to various issues, internal complications. But when somebody gets affected, someone get affected with the COVID positive, COVID 19, the home care, home quarantine is now suggested widely by the government. There are a lot of private service providers, government also offering the home care services. We need to tap onto those resources so that people can be self quarantined at home. When it comes to one person, it spreads across the family members somehow. So the home quarantine is happening. When the home quarantine happens, obviously a person who is not affected in the family has to be doubly careful in wearing the double mask, sanitizing the hands, washing the hands every 1 hour. The typical protocol that all of us know. Because the person who is serving the rest of the family members who are affected is more important, because if that person is also affected, then who will serve the family? Who will go out? Who will buy medicines? Who will buy things for cooking and things like that? Imagine if there are four members in the family and all four are affected. Someone has to go out anyway, but nobody is there to help them out. Someone has to go to the shop, someone has to buy. Imagine the moment that he or she goes out, he or she is also carrying the COVID to the rest of the public. The kind of stress that society is facing is something huge. Therefore, when we go out, as government always says, only for emergency we go out. Even if we go out, imagine that everybody out there are COVID positive. To that extent, we have to be prepared mentally to handle things, maintaining social distance and things like that. So in this situation, one is we should not give undue load to the health system, because health system will crash otherwise. Already facing so many challenges in different parts of the country. So one, we need not have to load the health system. Number two, be aware of all the home care service providers, and then you can talk to anybody whom you like comfortable to go with, and follow the protocol what they say. People who are COVID positive, sometimes they have that kind of feeling. They feel very low themselves during those days, 1 week, 2 weeks. So once they are really worried and feared, sometimes they don't even take the phone call. They don't even talk to the doctor freely because they are already lying low. So this is the time I think we need to be like an army officer or the border security force, defense people, soldier, that we need to take responsibility for ourselves, because we have to come out within a week or 2 weeks time from this crisis, so that the entire family is also protected and taken care of. So be like an army soldier to handle this battlefield. The battlefield is COVID battlefield. We need to face it with a lot of braveness and boldness. So this is the second point. The third point is, as everybody says, the breaking news, the social media updates, the negative news are spreading like virus. It's more than virus. I think the best breaking news I feel is our body says. The best breaking news comes from our body positively most of the time. It says that I'm all right. I'm running little fever. I'm all right. I'm okay. So please listen to the breaking news from internal system rather than external system, because external system is only others' experience. It's not ours. But whereas the internal system within our body, it keeps on giving messages. So let's listen to our breaking news, and most of the time, my dear friends, 90%, 95% of the times are positive. When you feel you are all right, even if you are affected with COVID-19, maybe you are tired, maybe you are running fever, but doctor is checking, your oxygen level is very good, and you are eating, you don't have big, huge crisis. Be happy with that. At least you are passing the day, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it's just 2 weeks, and it just flies, and then you will come back successfully. The recoveries are also very high. So do not follow the breaking news outside. Watch news, of course, for whatever is required to be. And then help others, help our family members and relatives and friends. This is a time to showcase our real empathy, not just talking empathy in social media post. Making a phone call to somebody or WhatsApping to them, continuously in touch with them, especially people who are affected with COVID. I think we have to consistently be in touch with them, because they are alone. They are inside the room, they are inside their bedroom, nobody is there. And how long they will be watching some YouTube or whatever. So they want to engage, they want to get engaged with somebody else. So let's keep pouring information to them, keep chatting with them, keep asking them, not to make fear in them, but posting certain good things, posting certain information, some family discussions. So if you know yoga practice, you can teach them yoga. If you know meditation, you can teach them meditation. A lot of home care service providers are actually now integrating these yoga practices, breathing, pranayama, nadi suddhi, all that. In fact, I am also doing it for my own circle. So since I've been practicing yoga and meditation for a long time, I just offer them, like, why don't you do it? Myself and my wife, we do it quite often for many people. So take the help of people who knows these subjects, so that they can help you out, so that you divert your attention. People who are affected with COVID and self-quarantine, you can divert your attention when you are alone by involving yourself in at least learning this, practicing this, so that it also gives you better rejuvenation in the body, mentally and physically. So all these things, if we start doing it and help the society to the best possible. And the last one, actually, I wanted to convey to you, that I've been last 4 days engaged, that somebody in Delhi want oxygen cylinder. The oxygen cylinder is a shortage in Delhi. So everywhere, but Delhi is so high. So what happens is, we need to get connected with somebody in Delhi. I don't know. I've been associated with somebody officially, and he started helping me. He started pouring information, contact details everywhere. Not that all the contacts are giving the support, but because they're also exhausted. But somehow somebody got actually 2 oxygen cylinders, and they are thanking. It's so heartening that sitting in Chennai, for example, we are able to, somebody from Australia connected with me, and then I connected with somebody, and then he helped me, then I connected them. Something, some magic is happening. God is, sending through people only, the information through people. So let's make use of every opportunity to even help anybody and everybody. Thanks to WhatsApp, even if we don't have to make phone calls, speak half an hour. Keep sharing, keep passing the information. After all, they need only the information, right? So that is how we can actually support the society to the best possible ways. These are all the things I think we should follow in this crisis hour. And I hope you are all already doing it. I thought I'll reiterate more and more so that we inspire each other, we motivate each other in doing certain things. And people who are not affected, be safe and please enjoy your life sitting at home by eating, sleeping very well, and by not looking television channel all the time, and spend more time with your family members and be safe. Don't go out even to buy vegetables. Buy through online. There are a lot of people, if you have access to online, why don't you buy online, so that you don't have to physically go out and buy. So go out only for the emergency, and rest of the time be safe at home. Take good care. Keep in touch. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye. Take care.